Hit it again, cause I missed it. I wasn't recording when that happened. Alright, do it cooler, nigga.
I did it cool the first time?
Do it cooler. Mm-hmm.
That's the cut.
So shout out to Alexis Littlefoot, stamped on the book. Shout out to my homegirl Brandy too from Buffalo. I am him, the joint roller Ayatollah. You feel me? Those my real life hands rolling real life joints / blunts.
Right, you gotta do us a logo.
Yo, come on, yo. Shout out to black women holding it down. Support your black owned businesses.
Yo,
Let's get into the show.
let's get into it.
The man with the most cars. Tread that. The man who's a superstar. Tread that. The legend with all the cash. Tread that. The greatest they know I'm the last. Tread that. I'm a legend.
Yo, what it do? It's the Reasonable Wrestling Crew. I am your boy, Chidi Bang, with my tag team partner, Chris the Most High. And this is the unedited, underground, unfiltered, whatever you want to say, something else. Underground podcast. You know, trying to be too cool.
You got too much
Got
dip
too
on
much
your
dip on my chip, nigga. But you guys know what it is. It's the Wrestling Podcast. Chris, it's been a hell of a week, as it always is. And we got a lot to talk about. I'm kind of hyped. For this episode.
I can tell, nigga. The intro was hype.
Yeah.
No, yo, what's good, everybody? It is the Most High, as he said, Chris, Chidi Bang, and this is Reasonable Wrestling. If you didn't know who that was or what that was our homeboy Montezi Moore.
Shout out to Montezi.
You feel me? Shout out to the Swerve City Podcast. Shout out to Shane Strickland. That was actually the entrance music that he did for Moose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I didn't know Montezi did entrance music. I've heard Moose's in TNA.
Yeah.
And just listening to this stuff now, I'm like, yo, let's just go.
My man's a titan, dog.
Nigga's a titan.
Nah, but we just, pleasantries on Twitter, you know what I mean, between the podcast and my personal joint. I just always show love because, you know what I mean, just us in that vein.
Yeah.
Shout out to Black Wrestlants. Shout again to the A Show. I fuck with OG Johnny and Mills. They actually they jumped off of their radio show that they were synced to. Got their own thing now, so everybody
Shout out
go
to
follow
them.
the A Show.
Congratulations.
Man, yo, happy birthday, Cass, real life Cass.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh, today?
yeah,
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So
Night job, boy.
come on, you feel me?
I represent.
Yo, so just, everybody, ACH, my man down in Orlando.
Yeah,
I'm looking out for you, man. It's
Shout out
hot out
to
here,
ACH at the
man.
PC.
Yeah, man, so it's just been a dope week. It's been a busy week.
It's been a great month for black wrestlers.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
for real.
shout out. I mean,
you got
black-
ACH getting signed and going to PC. You got Kofi Kingston having a resurgence of his career. We have Velveteen Dream.
Come on.
The new North American champion for NXT. It's been a great month, and it's gonna be even a greater month going into WrestleMania. I know Kobe got his match coming up with Daniel Bryan. I'm excited for him to get that spot. But let's get into, before we talk about WrestleMania and Fastlane and all that stuff. Let's get into Elimination Chamber. Let's talk about tonight. Like, Elimination Chamber was an interesting show. It wasn't bad. I personally didn't think it was a bad show. It was long. It wasn't actually as long as we thought it would be, because it did end a little bit early.
It was long. It just started early.
All right. I thought it was an alright show. It was like I said to you the night after. It was okay. It was a show, and what the popping moments was obviously the Elimination Chamber matches of the night. I think the women killed it. I think the women did a great job. Shout out to Sasha Banks and Bayley for becoming the first ever inaugural women's tag team champions for WWE. It seems like everybody has a hard time saying women's tag team champions. Even Bayley. We just saw Bayley on NXT last night.
Shout out to NXT Full Sail crowd. It's always phenomenal. Like CT was saying, Bayley and Sasha came out, made a surprise appearance. said that anybody who wanted can get it. Came out there and showed the titles.
Uh-huh.
It was a good homecoming, surprise homecoming. But yeah, man, can't nobody say WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Sasha can't even say WWE. She got the Kurt Angle syndrome. WWE.
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 Whatever. But yeah, so that match was good for what it was. It was
Gotta add in for what it was.
No, I mean, come on, man. To be honest, like real life, it was 12 women. I think only 4 of them were in a chamber match before. Let's be honest, women tag wrestling isn't a thing.
It is a thing though. You can't say that.
No. Historically, what I'm saying is, okay, so it's not for nothing like last year.
It's not a division. Now it's becoming a division.
Okay. Women tag is division, correct. But even when women would tag, it was just honestly to get an extensive amount of people TV time. In this case, there is a tag division where I watched the match to see how good can it be / how bad could it be? Because listen, man, we watched the Elimination Chamber match last year, and it was kind of like because it was a first time match. This is also another first time match where I mean, even though Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose performed above reproach, and Naomi and Carmella performed whatever.
Okay, well, I'll say this. This is the foundation of a division. So I didn't expect them to come in there and tear the house down, and especially being the first match. I mean, I think we got what it needed to be. Because here's the thing. Iconics had a moment. The Riot Squad, surprisingly, had some decent action in there. Nia Jackson, Tamina wrecked shop. So I want to give these women props for what they did. It's only the second time there's been a tag team match.
Sure. I want to give them props as well. I mean, I do want to give them props, but the same thing you say when you like, yo, the match was sloppy, which it was. It was a few botches, which it was.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away from that. That's why I said it wasn't like a seamless good match. And we predicted that Bayley and Sasha were going to, when we found out the titles,
there's no way.
Way back then when we heard the speculation. Remember a couple
we
got
back in November, like,
I'm
like, they might do women's tag team champions, and Bayley and Sasha gotta be the first.
Word.
Yeah.
So, I honestly think that, it was, I'm not going to say it was a foregone conclusion, but it was kind of a foregone conclusion that Bayley and Sasha were going to win it. The storyline was built up for Bayley and Sasha Banks to win it. So, for me to be enthused, I was. The titles are fucking dope. Sasha and Bayley deserve it because they have been flounder around until this moment. Now is for me to see what they do with the division. You know what I mean? Are they going to build it? Is it going to be legitimized?
Remember a couple months ago you were like, they don't have enough tag team women. They don't have enough
right.
tag teams.
I said
they can't do it.
I gotta see. Because you're throwing teams together.
Yeah.
What
you have to do
at first. But you have to give. Okay, now when you throw Sheamus and Cesaro together as a tag team, you have a best of 7 series. They hate each other. Storyline as they come together. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, we still don't know why they're a tag team. And they had to lose the belts until like, they're a good tag team.
Last week I was like, you know what? But I think it has to do some that had to do with the revival. But yeah, they are tag team specialists. And as you see, like when they throw tag teams together, it doesn't always mesh immediately. So what we had in this Elimination Chamber was Naomi and Carmella being thrown together. We had Nia and Tamina who were very fresh as a tag team. Sasha and Bayley have been working together for a while, but they are legitimate singles acts.
Exactly, tag team
that are trying to form this chemistry. That they have.
They genuinely have.
But they generally have chemistry, but they don't have that tag team chemistry, yet. Like, kind of fluent, what I mean?
Right.
I think the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, they're showing that they have something there. I think they have ability to take over the tag division one day, but I think they're growing as a tag team.
For
and
sure.
then you got the Iconics who've been working together, who I think are legitimate women's tag team.
I love the Iconics.
They're hilarious.
I actually watched their YouTube thing and I got super excited for them when they did that like kind of behind the scenes thing. Knowing each other for 14 years.
Yeah. From high school,
From
y'all.
high school, from 2005. That's more legit. That's if you can't get Uso, that is as close as Uso as you can get, dog.
Yeah.
High school friends.
Not the womb, but
bro,
as long
high school friends for 15 years. That's a sister.
For real.
That's a sister. You know what I mean? So like, I would love to see Peyton Royce and Billie Kay kind of like legitimize themselves. But yeah, Elimination Chamber was off and on. It was in that show bled into Raw and SmackDown. We're gonna finish up talking about Elimination Chamber. Usos won the tag titles back for the 6th time, beating Shane and Miz, setting up for a rematch for next month. We got Ronda destroyed Ruby Riott in like 10 seconds.
Let me say something about that real quick. I love that they're trying to push this Becky, Ronda, Charlotte trifecta match for WrestleMania. I get all that. But my girl Ruby Riott, and you know I'm a Ruby Riott fan, I think that she had some showings with Ronda earlier on late last year, where I think they could have a legitimate good match. To see her get jobbed out like that, honestly, I thought was a misstep. Because I don't think the angle afterwards was as I think that Ronda should have a match. And then they did it on Raw, which was all right, you know. But you gotta understand, like a pay-per-view spot where you give Ruby Riott her first like pay-per-view spot for a championship, give her a match. Don't let her just get jobbed out like that. Give her like at least like 10 minutes to go and then have this angle with Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky, because you had time. It's like not like they didn't have time. They started early. So I didn't like that. I think that Ruby going into WrestleMania is going to be afterthought. Like I don't really sure being the women's battle royal or whatever it is. But yeah, I want them to start showing Ruby some love. That's all, you know.
I mean, no. Listen, dog. Was I excited about the match? Yes. When it gave me the end results of Kofi and Daniel Bryan wrestling for 25 minutes at the end of the chamber.
Wait, you're talking about the Elimination Chamber match?
Yeah, Elimination Chamber match.
So you just went right past the Ronda.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Okay.
If them going as short as they did was to extend the Elimination Chamber match to allow us to have that Kofi and Daniel Bryan moment, I'm fine with that.
All right, I hear you.
I'm super okay with that because
let's pause on that real quick. We'll talk more about Kofi real quick, but before we hit that, Finn Balor also won the IC Championship. Let's just touch on that because you're saying that the Ronda thing, you're fine with that, and I hear you where you're coming from. Ronda beating Ruby in quick form fashion, and then they do the angle, and that's fine. I think Ruby deserved more personally. However, I understand what they're trying to do. They don't have any plans for Ruby. They're pushing this WrestleMania angle.
It's not because let's be real about it, man. You either gonna have a big change happen at Chamber, which you had. Fastlane is nothing but a filler. It's actually just a money grab. There's no need for them to run a Fastlane pay-per-view because you should be spending 6 weeks to build up your Mania. Ruby's dead in the water. Like, that match is dead in the water once it's made for Elimination Chamber. It was made on Twitter. And because, for one, nigga, we've already got Ronda and Charlotte and Becky hindsight for Mania. So, she's not dropping the title.
We know that. And my point is this.
The match should have been made.
Ronda, I guess they're building Ronda up for Mania because she just does quick work of Ruby. and this makes Ronda looks extremely strong going into this match at Mania. Give Ruby a little bit more. Let's just give her a little bit more. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
They did on Raw.
It wasn't.
It
was by the time they got to Raw, no one cared.
I mean, you wouldn't have cared at Elimination Chamber because she was dropping the title.
It's not about her dropping the title though. Like,
bro, what you mean showcase?
Okay, here's the thing.
Here's the
thing. There's two ways to watch wrestling, and we know that we and you watch that wrestling differently. There's the fans who sit down, watch a pay-per-view or it's Raw or SmackDown or whatever, an event, a wrestling event, and they're literally watching it as a TV show though, from beginning to end, and they want to see every match deliver. I'm one of those fans. And there's fans who like see a card.
Every match is not going to deliver when it's Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin, man. Every match is not going to deliver when it's Ruby Riott. Yes, we're excited for the match of Ruby and Ronda because it's something that we've like only seen before. Like we've seen it before.
No, we've seen them on Raw have a quick match that ended up in some kind of disqualification or something like that. It's not the same thing as having a pay-per-view. We're not going to sit here and act like a pay-per-view match is the same thing as some ancillary Raw match. Even if it's happened after a pay-per-view match. It wasn't the same. You know, so I think they could have had a better match. Hopefully we get it down the line again. I saw the little work they had last year, I thought it was dope. So hopefully they do something with Ruby going on. I'm a fan. That's all I'm going to say. We can talk about the Finn Balor. We can talk about Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin and Braun, I think, was going to be what it was. And what I'm most trying to say is that some fans want to see a whole show and see every single match deliver. And there's some fans who see a card and like, okay, I'm going to watch this match, I'm going to watch that match.
But every match is not going to deliver.
And I see where you're coming from, because you're a fan who sees a card and is like, all right, I don't care about this match, I don't care about that match, these matches I care about.
What did I do when SmackDown happened? Like, we're not going to jump around, but we watched wrestling together. After Raw happened and I saw the matches, look at my emotions. There's no way I'm getting excited about Ricochet and fucking Eric Young when I just saw Ricochet and Finn Balor in a ring together. There's nothing but up from here.
Here, and there's nothing wrong with that for you not to be excited about that. There's nothing wrong with that. All I'm trying to say is...
And I'm not going to be like, give Eric Young a chance. When Ricochet beats the dog shit out of him for a showcase.
All right, so here's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. There are different types of wrestling fans. Like, that's the thing. And you're one of the fans that's like, okay, this match, I don't care about. If they squash the guy, if they do that, I don't care about. Believe it or not, there are Eric Young fans and there are Ruby Riott fans who don't want to see them just get jobbed out like that. Now, granted, there will be times where their jobs are necessary and they need to happen in wrestling. It just happens. And I'm not trying to be one of those fans that's like, oh man, yo, Ruby should have won the title. You know, I'm not saying all that. All I'm saying is that Ruby can go and show some fire and some fight. Give her some time. That's what I'm saying.
Ruby can't go. Ruby can't go. That's one thing we can
disagree. Yeah, we agree, disagree that Ruby.
No, Ruby can go.
Oh, agree on?
No, we can for sure agree that Ruby can go.
Okay.
I'm for sure that Ruby can go. I think honestly, like the landscape of the women's roster and the women's division is what I was saying about when it came to the tag team division. It's always something that has plagued the women's division. Having secondary and B-side and B stories that are intriguing and interesting. Now, Ruby Riott and Ronda Rousey have had a feud during this past where the Riott Squad has been involved themselves in a couple of matches. It would have been more interesting and intriguing if, hey, the WrestleMania match wasn't promoted 2 months before and you got 2 pay-per-views. What I'm saying, that stuff does kill a match. Okay. It does kill the momentum of a match. It does kill the intrigue of a match.
With the fact that there's 2 pay-per-views?